playing by the rules, but then she would make up her own rules. And she worked harder than anybody else around her. I'm going to tell you something. I feel like everybody loved your mother. I feel like the people that didn't, I just heard this. The people that didn't like me were the people that weren't doing their job, Eddie. So I feel like she even if she won the best top producer award all the time, it still meant something to her. Your mom is kind of a micromanager. Did you know that?
She expected everyone to do their best.
Okay. And so instead of coming in and screaming, work harder, and cracking a whip, she would just come in and kind of carry them in her essence. The only people that did not like me were people who were lazy.
Okay.
And she had no tolerance for lazy. And she might have been older than almost anybody else in the office, and nobody could touch her. I feel like she had trouble in one of her legs, her knee, her ankle, or her foot before she passed away. And that was the sign of what was to come, she says now. Now she understands it's all connected.
Oh, God.
And it's okay. I'm going to tell you this. I don't know how fast she went, but I feel she went fast. I feel like wherever she was, she didn't even know she was out of her body. And it's almost like she was jumping up and either getting ready for work or getting some things in order. She turned around. She was like, God, this feels like a dream. She says she wasn't fully in her mind when she was at the hospital. She said, you would not have wanted me to... Oh, you made me cry. Hold on. Oh. She said, I wouldn't have stayed if somebody paid me $1 million. Because she said, I would not be my young self. I wouldn't be energetic. I wouldn't be vivacious. I wouldn't even be able to 1 plus 1 without overthinking. She said, I would not put my children through that. So when I got to see, once I got to the hospital, what I would be like if I got through this. Your mother is like my mother. My mom told me, Edward, if anything ever happens to me and I have to be in a wheelchair or I can't take care of myself, now this is how my mama talks, if I can't wipe my own ass, you better make sure that you sign the paperwork so I can go.
That's exactly what happened.
Okay, and she got to see exactly where she was going to be if she came back into her body. And she said, I love them too much to do that to them, and I knew I had to go. And I can still do as much for them over here. So when your mother got over there and got her bearings, and when her soul left her body, whenever you guys either turned the machines off or she went on her own volition,
yes,
she hit the ground running. She's like, yes, I'll fuck out of my way. I need to figure out how quick I need to organize myself over here so I can stay in touch with my girl. And everything you did, you made me cry. God. Everything you did was right. I don't know if you were holding her hand or her arm or whatever. And she says, Eddie, my hair was a hot mess. At the end, she said, but they did so good. She said, she never felt more loved in her entire life. So, you guys, you knocked it out of the ballpark. She's never been so proud of her kids, ever.
Thank you. Can you tell her that I miss her and I love her and she's so beautiful and I always think about her?
Well, I'll tell you something. You talk to her every day, she told me.
I do.
You just out loud, you would say, Mama, I love you, Mama, I miss you. She told me to tell you. She's like, please stop saying you're sorry. She said, don't ever apologize. You did better than she would have done if the shoe were on the other foot.
Oh.
She said, so don't say, Mommy, I'm sorry, because you did not do anything wrong.
I want to make sure that I'm doing what she would have wanted me to do, and I'm not her. I'm not good like. I'm not.
Not only are you doing a superior job, but she's like, I want to take a load of worry off of your shoulders right now. You know, it's funny, Erica. She's not calling you Erica. She's calling you like some kind of a sweet name, like a little pet name. It feels like it goes all the way back to when you were little.
Yeah.
And she says, you are not only doing a spectacular job, and you know, your mom wasn't full of compliments if they weren't deserved. And I feel like you've been shocked at the number of people who have, made me cry again, who are coming out of the woodwork talking about the nice things your mom.
Yes. Yes.
And that community is going to do right by your mother. And I feel like they genuinely love you and they care about you and they can't even imagine how much you're going through. So 90% of the people that are around want to make sure that they do right by your mom and do right by you.
Did she say anything about the party?
Let's see, when was the party?
It was her memorial service.
Oh my God, wait a minute. Now, before you finish that sentence, were there pictures of her everywhere?
Yes.
And she was like, there were people laughing and there were people crying.
Yes.
And you never, it was never every bit of that. It's like, you know, it's interesting because your mom, it was real easy for her to give, but it was really hard for her to receive. And she said, I got to stand in the center of all of that love. And my next lifetime, she will get to be with you again. My next lifetime, I'm going to open myself. I stayed so busy giving, doing, working, that I was not letting in all that was supposed to come to me.
Okay.
He doesn't want you to make the same mistake. So her next incarnation, when she comes back, she's going to pick up where she left off. She's going to be a powerhouse, honey. But she's going to take vacation. Now, you know the mom's on the other side if she's going to use words like vacation. It was uncomfortable for your mother when she didn't have 10 plates spinning. It would take her a whole week to decompress, and by the time she decompressed and relaxed, it was time to jump back into the fire.
She was very, very caring about everyone's schedule, you know?
Yeah, more than her own, and because that made her happy. You know, she comes from a very regal lifetime before this life. Very much like an emperor, very much like a strategist, a community-driven person that wanted everybody in her kingdom to be taken care of, even the poor. She continued carrying on that legacy in this lifetime, and the next lifetime she's going to pick up where she left off. You know, she made it look easy. She just made it look easy. It's a lot of work, but she made it look easy, and you can't picture her without being perfectly coiffed. Did she have trouble putting makeup on her eye at one of her eyes at one point in the last year? Did she have something going on with one of her eyes?
Yeah, she wanted to get her lids lifted.
Okay. Well, she said, they look good now. She loves to do this little head nod wink thing at me. And she just does this sort of nod and wink, and she loves it because her eyes are flawless. Oh. By the way, your mom went back to her early 30-year-old body.
Okay.
And she was kicking, honey. So everything you're doing is on point, and she loves hanging out with you.
Okay.
Yeah, and you talk to me. She says she talks to me all the time, Eddie, and I mean all the time. If she's not saying it out loud, she's saying it in her mind.
Should I sell her house?
Let's see. Will she be selling her mother's home? It does feel like you're going to be selling her home.
Is she okay with that?
Yeah, she is. Because she will get to visit it anytime she wants to up there. Because, you know, up there, initially they had her in her home up there. Oh. So it was familiar to her until she got used to being a bullet train in heaven. What's the deal with her garage at that house? And there's a crack in one of the windows, she just told me to tell you.
Okay.
And you know what? There could be a bidding war over your mother's home. Okay. And let it fly, let it fly, let it fly. Somebody wants to bid $500,000 over it. You let them bid $500,000 over it. That's for y'all.
We're going to do her ashes ceremony on the 30th, and I'm sure she knows.
you're not just going to put me in one place. You're going to sort of evenly distribute me, she says.
Okay.
So a little bit here, a little bit there, a little bit here, a little bit there.
Is that what she wants?
Yeah, it just feels just a little here, a little bit there. And by the way, if you stop at a restaurant and you go out back and there's a beautiful garden back there, just toss them back there.
Okay.
She's very laid back. She doesn't, I don't mean this way, I'm going to say it, she doesn't care what you do with that.
Okay.
The thing she cares about is this. She's like, she has been talking to you and talking to you when you're driving, you talk to her. What your mother is saying to say to you is the way your mom did things is very different from the way you do things. And you get it done, and you get it done right. And she says, don't think about how you think I would have done it, and don't think I want you to do it my way, because my way is up here now. Your way is down there. We're working together. I'll inspire you. I will give you guidance. I will send you love. I will whisper in your ear. You will have more dreams with me in it. I will keep coming to visit. Honey, she is not only with you, not only are you doing a phenomenal job, but she's got your back. So this is all good. Your mama's got your back. She's like, she's got my back. I have her back. She's blowing you kisses. She'll never not be with you. I'll always be with you.
Okay.
She says, I give you my word, but I promise you, this is going to get easier and easier. I've got your hand through this just like you had my hand.